So Ninja Kiwi might have lost their minds, as this elite boss is absolutely insane. So what I mean by that is we are playing an elite boss on Chimps mode. Yup, they actually did the boss on Chimps mode. This is wild. So here are the modifiers: 70% on the speed on both the Bloons and the Moabs. Ceramics and Moabs are a little bit beefier, and then the boss health and the speed have been reduced by a decent amount. Actually, I think this is going to be super helpful. Now, what's going to be super helpful in this map is the fact that, well, this is a very interesting map. It's 3 miles round, and this is a map in which you can remove these gold chunks, and when you remove them, you actually get some extra income, which does work on Chimps mode. It works on normal Chimps, and it works in this specific boss event, obviously. So this is the thing that basically we're banking on saving this whole run, although it's gonna be questionable. So for the normal one, I did the Mad, obviously. So you're buying basically the most, you know, cost-effective towers, right? So we're buying the Mad. I went for the Dark Paragon, and then I think I went for the Ray of Doom, and then maybe I used some small towers like the Sticky Ninja for the early tiers. That's another thing with this one, right? You're gonna need to have towers from different categories, and so you cannot exactly, you know, splurge in this specific boss event. So I kind of looked around what other people were doing, and they're basically doing the same thing. You're buying the Mad, you're buying the Avatar of Wrath. It's really nice because you would have them, you know, in a normal boss event. They're gonna be super useful here because they are very much worth the money. And then eventually you're going for a primary Paragon because those guys are the cheapest. So that is exactly what we're doing today. Now, since there's no farming in this boss event, what we're about to do is gonna be pretty simple. We're just looking to remove all these gold chunks and then put the money into defensive towers. It's something we need to be careful of. It's just how much money we spent. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get at least 2 discount villages for this one. Actually, guys, know what? Before we do that, let's just drop the brambles around 9, and let's just wait for a second because we're gonna remove these gold chunks from the next one, and I want to get the construction started on this one, which is 10k. Alright, so there goes round 10. We're getting the money from both of these chunks, and we have 9.4. I had to buy this druid because we weren't exactly defending it, so hopefully in this round, and if not this one, then the next one, we can start the construction on this one. The idea is to basically remove this one, the 25k one, before round 40, so we have the time. It's just if we're gonna have the money, which is the biggest question. Now, there we go. So start construction on this one. I think the druid plus Sylvan are gonna be fine. We need to go for the top path on the druids because we're playing Dread Bloon. He's a lead bloon. Alright, so we started this one on round 12. So round 22 we get the 15k, and now we are 5k off of removing this one. Alright, so it's 27 gonna be the round to which we finally buy this thing, although it's gonna be a little bit risky. I think we do it. Yeah, so we're gonna get it on 37, which is perfect. It's gonna be right before the boss arrives. And now I guess until the boss arrives, we just have to focus up on defense and other towers. So how is Oben doing? He's level 6. We're gonna get camo detection on the druids in a second. Oh, that's a lot of camo balloons. Wait a minute, did I actually... Oh my god, I might have messed up removing this one. Oh no. Alright, so how about we get a sub over here? I think this is pretty much the cheapest way that we can get some reveal, and then we want to get the twin guns for the faster pulsing. So go like this. I'm gonna drop the brambles, so I want to get the cash as fast as possible. Spamming the button, we're getting it, but we're gonna need the twin guns, I'm pretty sure, because there's not a lot of track coverage with the D camo. Or is there? Maybe we get these guys? Oh, I think this might actually be fine. Okay, we somehow save it. That's great. Alright, so let's go like this. Let's get the discount village, release the first discount village, and I saw people do the mid-path boomer, actually, which is really nice, and then you scale into the boomer paragons, so why not try that? Let's go like this. Let's also buy this thing, by the way, the Heart of Thunder and second druid, and let's, what's the path that we're going for? I guess the bottom one for the extra damage, right? The extra single target damage. I'm gonna drop the brambles as well. Hopefully this is fine with all these purples. Yeah, it is. Alright, and here comes the first tier of boss. So we have 52k, we remove this gold chunk up top. We have 2 remaining, but we don't want to spend the money yet. So first things first, let me buy the permacharge, and then we're gonna go for some bottom path druids. We're obviously going for the Avatar of Wrath, which is a very, very nice and a cost-efficient tower, and hopefully this is fine. So the only thing that we need to do basically for this tier of boss, the tier 1, is essentially get rid of the primary immunity. And then once we click the boomer ability, this thing is gonna disappear in a second. So these druids are doing a great job off it so far. You guys know what? Maybe we should get a 4-0 ice now that I think about this, because these druids are not doing exactly a lot of damage, and the reason for that is that Dread Bloon reduces the damage that it takes by 1, and so we are just scratching him at this point. Actually, I'm not even sure if the druids are doing any damage now that I think about this. I'm not sure what is damaging the boss, but it's kind of going up by a little bit, which is fine. So there goes the primary immunity in a second, and the second that this thing starts attacking, yeah, there we go. I mean, you don't even need the ability, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go on strong, and I'm just gonna dump the ability. Going on strong is actually not the best idea because it focuses down the rock balloons, but that's completely fine. I mean, this thing is doing a lot of damage anyways. It's gonna be super nice for a tier 2 as well, but yeah, let's just get rid of the tier 1. So this is a pretty fast and a pretty easy clear, honestly. I mean, the problems that we'll be having is just the underlying rounds and just balancing the defense and the farming, basically. But yeah, round 50. Oh, can we get it on 49? Yes, we we do, this is perfect. So this takes 10 rounds, it's round 49, and then 59 is when we get the money from this chunk, which is going to be 72k. That is absolutely insane. And here it is, 59. So we get the 72k, and here's the plan for the tier 2. I don't exactly want to be spending too much money on stuff like the mat and everything. The thing is, I'm not sure if we can avoid buying it, so I don't know. I think we just get the Avatar Vat straight up, right? And then let's see how this one is gonna go, actually. So let's get the Avatar Vat. When we reach the magic community, my hope is that this guy's gonna be able to solo it, basically, but I feel like we're still gonna need the mat, right, for the later tiers. Alright, so there goes the military immunity. The primary is attacking as well. I can see that this thing is doing a lot of damage, and we're still not even using the abilities, so let's try and keep it like this. So we're hitting the magic immunity. Let me just dump the ability. Yeah, it seems like the tier 2 is not even gonna be an issue, but we still might want to be getting the mat for the tier 3 and beyond, because for the tier 5, I know that's a long ways away. Let's actually get it on last so that it's doing damage to the boss. If I have it on first or strong, it's gonna be focusing the rock balloons. But yeah, for the tier 5, we're gonna need basically a lot of damage from these smaller towers, and then once we get rid of the primary immunity, then a primary paragon is gonna solve this thing. I was thinking the boomer paragon just because we have the permacharge, and we cannot sell, by the way. So there goes the tier 2. Again, these clears are pretty simple by themselves. Like, there's not, you know, too many things happening. The only question that I have is, do we actually start the construction of this thing? Because this is 100k, right? And so it's gonna give us 160. That's great, but it takes 20 rounds, and that's gonna be an 84. So if we start the construction now, wait, you guys know what? I'm actually gonna do it. Let's start it, and then it's gonna be like, well, by the time it's over, the boss is already gonna be out. So hopefully we're making some money out of the underlying ground, so we can place the mat and actually buy it in the first place. And then if that's fine, then that's probably gonna hold for the tier 4 boss as well, I was thinking. I'm being so careful with the amount of money that I'm spending that I haven't even bought the jungle drums, like any top path upgrades, any mid path upgrades, no abilities so far. I just want to get the towers that I've kind of, you know, thought of, and then maybe if there's something left over, we buy some other stuff. But let's see if we have the money for the mat. We actually don't. That's interesting. So we don't exactly have our necessary defensive towers for when the boss arrives, which is right now, but it's super close. So yeah, there we go. We made the correct decision, I'm pretty sure. And this specific tier of boss is going to be on the Avatar of Rat and the mat, I think. We're still going to be dumping the abilities, obviously the permacharge ability, but yeah, those are going to be the ones that are going to start doing the heavy lifting. Alright, so getting rid of the primary immunity, then we're entering the military one, so the mat is not doing anything. I guess we can just have it locked in place like this and then start dumping the permacharge ability plus the druids. We are actually missing one druid now that I think about this, so let's have it like this, mainly for the extra attack speed on everyone, right? Yeah, definitely. You can see how much slower this thing is going. I'm dumping the permacharge ability again. It's gonna happen for sure, because these guys are definitely doing more than enough damage. The ice is also gonna join the party, so like +1 damage, I guess. And I think at this point we wouldn't mind buying something like a jungle drums. Sure, let's speed everything up a little bit. Oh, we actually got the 160k from the last gold chunk. All right, so there goes the military immunity. Let's now start using the mat, so just dump the mat ability like this, switch this guy back to first. Let's also buy this guy, the glaive lord, because we're gonna need some tier 5s now. Also start collecting some pops actually for the last tier, for the tier 5. There it is. There goes the tier 3 boss. That was not actually as bad. We needed the mat, which is really important. It's doing a lot of extra damage and it's gonna be super helpful on the tier 4, but this is basically how we're supposed to defeat the tier 4, I think. I mean, I don't know what else we're buying, honestly. Maybe something like, I don't know, something like a village to just amp up everyone's damage, but for the most part, it's gonna be like these towers as the core defense. Alright, so tier 4 on the field, and how is it looking? Well, we have 260k. This is not even enough for the Boomer Paragon upgrade, and we're still missing a tier 5. So first things first, hopefully we make like 50 to 60k just so that we can pay the last tier 5, and then hopefully this damage is enough, honestly, because we are just getting rid of the first shield, and this is gonna be the primary one. I think the critical one is just gonna be when the military is not attacking, basically when the mat is not attacking, so we're gonna need to get rid of that thing kind of fast. Yeah, let's actually buy the Moab domination a little bit faster. Maybe we stall the rounds, maybe we push back some of these guys. I think that's gonna be fine. And there goes the primary immunity. Alright, so this is it. We just need to defeat this one, and then once the mat goes back into the action, I think things are gonna be fine. It's just that I cannot get this guy to attack the boss. I mean, however I switch this thing, it's never focusing down the boss, and this damage is not going up, guys. Alright, this thing is going somehow. It's been very slow, I'm gonna be honest, but we are somehow pushing through. It's round 108, which is kind of fine, I think. I think we still make it on time. Yeah, we just got rid of the military immunity, so the mat glad he's joining in the action. One thing that I regret a little bit is actually buying the top upgrade on the mat and not the bottom one, because I feel like we need the extra pierce. Like, there's way too many balloons on screen right now. I mean, using the ability, the damage is really going slowly, so hopefully these mad rockets are just doing something, I guess. But we're also getting really close to the boomerang paragon, which is 270. So you guys know what, maybe we get away with this. Maybe we actually buy the boomer paragon, which is kind of crazy. We're about $2,000 off a lot of balloons on screen. Come on, man, this is insane. We cannot put anything into this thing, so I am not exactly sure what degree we're gonna get, but I see a lot of pops on this thing, so you guys know what, I'm gonna risk it. As long as it's plus 20, I think we are. Oh my god, that's a 55. Alright, yeah, this is gonna be more than enough. Yep, there we go. Alright, there goes the tier 4, so we just need to hold on until we get the paragon, and now this thing is probably gonna be the tier 5 by itself, but we do need to get rid of the primary immunity first, and that's probably gonna be the most difficult battle, and after that the glaive dominance is just gonna pick it up. Alright, so 80k, what are we getting for the tier 5? Maybe, oh my god, these guys are barely doing any damage to it. Maybe, I don't know, like a homeland village? Are we buying an ability or something like that? Maybe the Morbid Limb? Like, what exactly are we doing, guys? I was thinking, yeah, maybe we do the homeland, or maybe we don't go all out. Maybe we combine it with the super bill. Yeah, let's do the homeland, and I think this is gonna be fine. So let's go like this, use the homeland, dump the mad ability, which is obviously gonna buff it by a lot. I think it's just a waiting game, honestly. I think as long as we get rid of this shield and the primary immunity, it's just GG. I don't think the Boomer Paragon is gonna need that much time to defeat the entirety of the boss. Alright, I mean, there goes the shield. We've gotten rid of one thing. The boss speeds up, by the way, a little bit once you remove the shield. And I'm just thinking, what else can we buy to speed things up? Maybe, I was thinking, do we have the money for this? And an Energizer sub, we are about to have it. Maybe we speed up the cooldowns by a tiny amount, but that's gonna be about it. Yeah, let's get the Energizer, I guess. Let's just dump these abilities a little bit more often, which is the main way that we're doing damage to this thing so far. Round 128, by the way, so not the most comforting sight by any stretch of the imagination. The boss is also taking one turn around the map. He takes 3 in total, so we have time from that aspect, I guess. Yeah, this Energizer, I think it's pretty much the best thing that we can do with about 30k at this point. I don't think there's anything that comes close in terms of efficiency, right? Alright, so I think like one more set of abilities. The boss is right on top of the mat, so all these rockets are gonna go into it, and then as soon as we're done with this one, guys, as soon as this thing pops, yeah, the Boomer Paragon is gonna start doing the thing. I think the Boomer Paragon is just hands down just gonna destroy this thing very, very fast. Oh, actually, I mean, we do get it, but it's not doing as much damage as I thought it would, honestly. Alright, so you do need a higher degree on the Boomer Paragon, it seems like. This is a 55, so this boss is still beefy, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, but there we go. This is going so much faster than the previous one, especially the tier 4. We kind of, you know, we got lucky with the tier 4, I want to say, because it wasn't exactly planning on getting the Paragon for the tier 4, but we get it done. Let's also dump, I guess, just one more Embrittlement Ice, just because we can't have it like this. I mean, keep dumping the abilities, because the military immunity has passed. And for the last one, everyone attacking, which is just the perfect ending to support immunity. No support towers in our roster, but that's completely fine because we destroyed the tier 5. Round 134, that was such a fun boss event, actually. This is the only map that you can pull this thing off, by the way, on Chimps mode, and they did it perfectly. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. That's gonna be it for this one. Thank you so much for watching it, and I'm gonna see you on the next one.